I had not done genre before. I
Mhm.
had done very grounded films that have social messages and all of that. And you can kind of see me in this too. It still has messages.
That's
I
okay.
can't help myself, David. I can't help myself.
Yeah, I
But
mean, you gotta put yourself in the movie, right? You gotta put your stamp on it. Hey everyone, this is David Stark from Watcher Pass. Today I'm talking to Kelley Kali, the director of Jagged Mind, which comes to Hulu and Disney Plus on June 15, 2023. I'm going to talk to her right now. And while you're watching, if you can like and subscribe to this channel, that would be fantastic. You also have a lot. Thank you. How are you?
good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. All right. So thanks so much for joining me. Today I've got Kelley Kali, the director of Jagged Mind, which comes to Hulu and Disney Plus on June 15, 2023. It is a female-directed, female-led horror thriller that is definitely going to mess with your head. It has a lot of like twisting past, Groundhog Day-esque ideas in it. I'm very excited to talk to you. So thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the film, David. It really means a lot.
Of course, of course. I guess the first question is like, how did you find this story? Is this something that you were kind of looking for, or did it just come across your desk and you're like, I can do this. I can definitely mess with people's heads.
Yeah. So, okay. So I had a film. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. That won at South by Southwest, and then that got the attention of 20th Digital executives. So they brought me in to pitch on what was once called First Date.
Hmm.
And so when I read the script, the first thing that I loved that Allison, the writer, did was okay. So it's a queer story, but it's not a coming out story.
Mhm.
There's no back trauma that we have to do. It's just we just drop into these two women who are dating. It's just they're in a dating scene. They're just normal people. And I loved that. And then the other thing I loved is I'm very visual and imaginative when I read things, and the potential of play in this genre film. Like, I had not done genre before. I
Mhm.
had done very grounded films that have social messages and all of that. And you can kind of see me in this too. It still has messages.
That's
I
okay.
can't help myself, David. I can't help myself.
Yeah, I
But
mean, you gotta put yourself in the movie, right? You gotta put your stamp on it.
right. So, but this, you get a freedom with genre that you don't get in others. Like, we were able to push the color, play with camera angles, do fun little trick. Like, it that excited me. And then so when I got the chance to pitch, I was excited. But I tell you, David, I didn't think I was gonna get the job because the original script wasn't what you watched. It took place in New York, in
Okay.
Manhattan, and it read as like two white women, and at a Manhattan art gallery, and and I went into the pitch and I was kind of like, we've seen this before, like
Yeah.
two white women part, maybe not the two women, but we've seen. I mean, we know it's going to be white art in the Manhattan. I mean, let's just keep it real. It is. It
Sure.
is so I was like, look, I think that one, our lead should be African American or Afro Caribbean or something, mainly because I come from an interracial family. So, of course, I'm bringing myself into it. But what I do remember is that watching my parents, like if we went outside, we're walking around, watching my parents be together, and people weren't aggressive about it, but they, like, you always got that look, right? Like,
Mhm.
oh, they together? Okay, And so to me, having an interracial couple added another layer of just unspoken social tension, on top of all the other drama they had. So I liked that. And what I didn't know was that that's how the short was. I didn't watch
Oh.
the short. I didn't want it to influence how I saw the feature. And so when I said that, the writer Allison was in the room on the pitch as well. And so we were on the same page without me knowing, because that's how she had done the short. But then I went as far to say, as I don't think that this should take place in New York.
Mhm.
I think that there's magical elements in this, and we need to ground the film to make it feel like this could happen. And so we need to put it in a place where people believe in magic. So I pitched New Orleans. And then I also said in the art galleries, we should do like Afro-Caribbean art or some other, you know, like just to like, and have the real artists from those places featured to give those communities a chance to actually be in a studio film. And so the executives loved it and they hired me.
That's awesome.
And then, but then for logistical reasons, Miami was brought up instead of New Orleans. And then I said, well, if we're going to be in Miami, then we need to shoot in Little Haiti. But if we shoot in Little Haiti, we need to be very careful with how we depict Vodou, because it's a religion, and too often it's depicted as evil and this and that, and it's not. It's to be respected like any other religion, so we can't do that. So that means we're going to have to add another character into the story, and that's Jimmy Jean-Louis. And then we made Rose's character Haitian, and so the Haitian element in the Vodou was helping our protagonist, warning her, helping her to get away. And then also what I loved is that we were able to incorporate Haitian Creole without subtitles, to be a little wink to the Haitian community who rarely get to hear themselves on screen like that. And so yeah, that's how, like, the long way of how all this came to be, but it didn't originate like that.
That is crazy. So yeah, I was wondering if this was always a thriller or if this started off as a different film and you moved it into genre. It sounds like it was always genre. I also love that, like you said, it's a queer story, but there's not like flags, right? They're not like out at a pride parade at the start and they meet. They're just at a bar.
Yeah.
She sees someone she likes, she buys her a drink. It's a very like non-threatening, way to interact. And it just like starts that way. And they're interracial, but it's not like, there's not like any sort of specific messaging about that. It's just like, this is how life is now. And it's the way it should be. And I love that it just kind of feels natural.
It's important. Yeah. It's like, for filmmakers, for anyone who thinks that filmmaking or, media is not impactful in a way that it will have strong influence, I feel they are being reckless as storytellers. And because every little thing we put on that screen, every little detail, every little thing behind the camera impacts the viewer and the surrounding community. And so it's important that we really care about how we depict people on screen. So another thing that I loved is that I didn't have to push for the actors to be from the community. Like, my executives already were all about that, which says a lot, because see, look, it's one thing to have diversity in the director's chair and the writer's seat and in the DP, the editors and all that, but the executives, the studios, that's where the decisions are made. And oftentimes you don't get that openness and that willingness to listen and try something new. But 20th Digital and Hulu, those executives are about it. Like, I did not have to like come in and preach or none. They were like, nope, here's the list of actors that they have to be from the community, And I was like, okay, I can rock with them. This is what, and so we were so blessed to get Maisie and Shannon to be our leads in the film as well.
That is awesome. It sounds like they just trusted your vision and just kind of like let you roll with it, which is fantastic, because you can see how that translates onto the screen itself. Everyone else can see your vision in Jagged Mind, which comes to Hulu and Disney Plus on June 15th, 2023. It is a thriller with just a lot of very Groundhog Day-esque elements. Try to watch it, see if you can figure out what happens. You probably won't be able to figure out the first time, but maybe on the second time you will. So this is the director, Kelley Kali. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for talking to me.
Thank you, David. Thank you for taking the time to watch the film.
Awesome, of course. Thank you so much.
Bye.
That was Kelley Kali, the director of Jagged Mind, which comes to Hulu and Disney Plus on June 15, 2023. It is a female-led, female-directed horror thriller that has a lot of mind-bending aspects and a little bit of a Groundhog Day feel. If you liked this interview, please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps me out a lot. Make sure all my new content goes straight to you. Thank you.